money that we're launching is roughly $15 million that we're putting out there in the community, combined with another $12 million that we'll be investing in county projects that will improve the delivery of services and the quality of life for our residents. Water, sewer, which no one wants to talk about, right? The unsexy things, things you're not going to see, the infrastructure around the county that needs to be taken care of, broadband, things like that, and parks. So the second round, is going to be into an area that the legislature and this committee came together to agree on. So I do want to thank them. But we can't we didn't have this money or opportunity with our great Senator Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer, not only is he our majority leader, he's been the shining star through this. As president of NISAC for the county executives and president County Executives of America on a national level, the conversations we had with governors around the country when all this was going on and about recovery and about trying to get the economy back up and running, getting people to work, figuring it all out. Senator Schumer's leadership was second to none, and I really don't want to underscore what this gentleman has delivered for New York State, and still as majority leader, which I find it hard to believe, still continues to visit every county in the state of New York. I thought that was going to fall at the wayside when he took the new role on, and he stays committed. So, and I actually get to see the senator later on today at 3 o'clock, so I'm going to let him know that, this really meant a lot. And President Biden, too, thank the president for his leadership on all this, and especially Congressman Tonko and the entire New York State delegation that was involved with this. There's a lot of moving mechanisms. There's a lot of different organizations, not just County Executives of America, but NACO, National County Executives of America. There are so many different people, all the state associations that, Steve Aquario, everyone that got behind this and said we need this to jumpstart the economy. And it helped us because when we were coming out of COVID, we recovered from about a $28 million deficit.
This is where the county executive and the deputy county executive and many of our department heads and community stakeholders held these COVID briefings, which we all remember not too long ago. It was a grim time for Albany County, an uncertain time, but we saw our way through it with the county executive's leadership. Really led the way, not only in Albany County, but across the state and across this nation in terms of how we take care of people and how we manage a pandemic, which none of us really were taught before we came here. So again, I want to thank the county executive and his team for all the innovation that he did during the pandemic, now coming out of the pandemic to see how we mitigate those effects. Scholars, historians, all kinds of smart people are going to be analyzing, the effects of the pandemic, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line. But we know these ARPA funds are going to make a major impact going forward in these different subject matter areas we want to focus on as we move through this process in Albany County.
ARPA aims to stimulate job creation, infrastructure development, and address critical needs across various sections and communities. These applications serve as a vital mechanism for allocating resources where they are most needed. Through these applications, we have an opportunity to direct financial assistance to areas that require immediate attention. By doing so, we can contribute to the revitalization of local economic, paving the way for a robust and inclusive recovery.
Our committee has had probably between 12 and 14 meetings, I would say. It's every second or third Tuesday at 3:30 in the afternoon. And we could not have done it without the leadership of Luke and Pat Alderson. I mean, well deserved.
I'd like to thank the county exec, Mr. McCoy. Today marks a significant milestone in the county's ARPA process. The release of these economic development applications opens the first doors of opportunity for our communities by providing a real path to reshape and reimagine what we all want Albany County to look like moving forward. As a member of the ARPA Executive Committee, working with the county executive and the team assembled here, I'm proud of our work to date, and I'm very excited for the community ideas, priorities, and proposals to come to life through the application process. And again, thank you for inviting me to be part of the Executive Committee.
I'm really proud to be a participant in this process in the role in which I took on. But I want to just recap of what the meaning behind this all is. The county was a recipient of over $58 million, divided into 2 years, the first year being used exclusively for recovery of lost revenue and wages, and sales tax receipts and all that good stuff. But this is the piece that everyone was waiting for. And we could have rushed it out the door, and we could have done it haphazardly, and we did not do that. And I think because there was a conscious dedication from the legislature, outside stakeholders, and the electeds behind me, we got it right, I believe. And it's going to be impactful moving forward. I'm super proud of it. I'm just, really looking forward to see who and how people apply and be able to, at some point, have those folks here with us to celebrate the meaning behind the dollars.
I'm Brian Williams. I'm the Executive Director of the Capital Region Workforce Development Board. We are pleased to be partnering with Albany County on this portion of the ARPA dollars, which is for on-the-job training. For those that don't know, our Workforce Development Board is kind of an act of Congress. We are federally mandated to be that convener of workforce development programs in the area. We have 27 mandated federal partners we work with on a regular basis, and we sponsor the 3 career centers in our capital region, and 1 here in Albany. And one of the things that we always say is that workforce development is economic development. Human capital is just as important to a business as anything else that's happening, especially now, as we're seeing, as we talked about, the skills mismatch that's out there. And our greatest challenge right now as a community is educating and empowering individuals on the opportunities that are in their backyard.
What a great day it is today. All this hard work coming together, bringing individuals, community partners, local government to provide a benefit for Albany County. The Community Loan Fund, as you may or may not know, is a little bit different financial institution. We're actually a nonprofit. We do have a community development mission, and this is Community Development 101. So thank you for using the Community Loan Fund as a cog in this wheel, and we're excited about it.
This process has been done via consensus. Every decision that's been made has been every executive board member up here, discussion, some disagreement at times, but at the end of the day, consensus. And I think that's what we've done to this point, and hopefully that's what we'll continue to do as we receive the applications and as we begin to move this money out the door. So thank you.
So I do want to say thank you to everyone, and I don't want to underscore the partnership between all branches of government that are standing here, because that's what we're supposed to do, work for the people, not work for our egos or work for different party affiliations, but work for the people to give them hope and opportunity, and that's what this legislature did, Sue and everyone else. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. Thank you.